Hello everyone, and welcome to another Rifts-ember. You have to excuse the nighttime riding. So, I never did get into it too much with my characters video. By the way, this should be better than any beeping. Maybe I should talk about some of my characters. I never did share Leviathan. Leviathan was a homebrew character that I made. His racial class, it was human, but he had a monster form or whatever. He was actually a giant sea serpent, so he was kind of a weird esper deity thing. He wasn't godlike, at least not until he got up in levels. He was a melee specialist. He loved axes. I actually NPC'd him until his adolescence. When I was running the world campaign, he was just just kind of a rejected prince. His eyes, his hair, the markings on his back were all telltales of like this awful prophecy, and in turn, he was meant to be killed, but instead, they shipped him off. They could have been his his parents or one of the members of his kingdom, but he was shipped off. He ended up being found later on, and he ran along with the heroes, the players in my world campaign. I actually have two of them. I'm gonna go into them maybe in another video. World campaign, that was nice. Yeah, good old Leviathan, Prince Lev. He eventually, he was just like a kid knight, I guess. He went to train under a mercenary academy called Garden. Yes, I used the very same Garden from Final Fantasy VIII. I used it in Rifts, and put my own spin on it. I made it very customizable. It was like a floating tower, and what happened was we played, and I played the character accordingly. I wanted to play him like a hero, like a good guy, like a stereotypical selfless good guy. If I had to give up something or do something that would forward the party, I would step forward and help. And a lot of the times, I was treated, it's like, I don't know you. Go away. Who cares? And even though essentially that's how characters are sometimes, that's how people are, it's not that's not reinforcing anything but what's the opposite of teamwork? So I backed off, and things just kept getting worse and worse for good old Lev. At one point, I had to run and get new equipment because his level and rewards, when he reaches certain checkpoints, he's supposed to get either new armor or new equipment, and so I ran back, and as we're leaving, the Garden gets nuked, and not right in front of his eyes. That would probably burn out his vision, but yeah, it was after the impending silence and boom. He looked, and it was just a smoldering crater. Everyone he knew, everyone he loved, every single hand he shook, everything's just gone. It didn't shake me up so bad, but it did kind of irk me in the direction to where humans did this. Humans found, not only my character, but the Mercenary Academy a threat. And just drifted into the complete mindset that humans are bad. They do not deserve to live. And my character, he still tried to do good things. He tried buying off slaves. Buying off slaves doesn't necessarily make you an evil character. Not with the intention of treating them as equals and releasing them afterward. But yeah, ended up getting an airship, got new armor, got an axe for personal fights. What else? And my character actually went to Atlantis to try and make deals with a Splugorth. And at one point, I wanted to go my own way. And no one else wanted me to succeed. And apparently there was a scuffle, and my character was shot in the head. So in retrospect, I would have been fine with that. It's like, look, character's dead. You already took everything else away from him. Well, he doesn't have anything else. There's no purpose. And then, you know what? I can work with it. Because one of the other characters revived him, I decided to go a different route. He's a magical creature. You don't mix magics. All that little technical garbage. Like I said, I made lemonade. Not like that. And I took one whole and made two halves, and then they made a whole each. I dropped Leviathan out of the game. It happened so long ago I could barely remember how it ended. But instead, I parked him on a place called Wormwood, which is another Rifts Dimension. Rifts Dimension book, I don't know the number, probably 3, maybe 4. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Wormwood. It's a planet in complete disarray. It was a green paradise, but now it's fighting off the darkness, and the planet itself is sick. It's sick with a virus. And so Leviathan left, changed his name to Uriel, and became this redeemed warrior called an APOC. He gave into the darkness and then realized, what am I doing? And took a bath in some stuff, and now he's bonded with the planet. He has the Hellfire ability, which raises a tower of flame. This is pretty cool. He wears a hood and a mask. So, funny enough, he ran into one of the other characters that he personally knew, and it's like, I thought you were wearing Coalition armor. How do you know I was in the Coalition? Because you were wearing Coalition armor. It's like, oh, I didn't think about that. As for the side effect created my other character, Odin, which I called him a nobody because I like Kingdom Hearts. You'll know that by looking at my playlists. Streamdom Hearts. And yeah, I was big in the nobodies, and it was a very standalone character. And he had the metal expulsion. He was a heavy metal guy, and he was wandering around. And I was a big fan of Wizard of Oz, especially the Tin Woodsman, whose real name was Nick Chopper, which I named Odin after. He'd go around calling himself, "Yeah, I'm Nicholas Chopper, son of a woodsman." And no one ever questioned his ability to not only teleport, but also to materialize metal from his hands, or coat himself in like this metal armor and end up looking like the Silver Surfer. He went on to do his own feats. He created his own organization underground. He he helped out mystic knights and priests, and traveled with them through other dimensions. Eventually, with him, he existed for so long. He kept going to different dimensions where the time in different dimensions, time moves in different ways. Either moves too fast, too slow, just right. I'm what I mean. He could be in away for 2 minutes, but those 2 minutes in another dimension could be 2 years. And he just got old. He got really old. And I do have write-ups for his other... He started making clones. I won't go in... this is for after I shelved him as a player character. He's an NPC now. And I made other characters. I made Azalus, this guy who's powered by pain. Siegfried, is towering Black Knight, who can empower his weapon. So funny enough, Leviathan spawned 2 characters, and the one character spawned 7. This is a really vicious circle of making characters and not stopping to breathe. So that's all I got on Odin. If that's what you guys wanted to know. If anything else, I'm trying to think. Yeah, Odin could create his own armor, expel metal, create metal swords in his hands, throw metal. But it's metal expulsion. And, he's a very somber fellow, but when he traveled with people, he was very, very happy-go-lucky, go with the flow, gung-ho about a lot of things, even though the people around him weren't, supportive one way or another. And even though some people, just kind of went with the flow with him, which I enjoyed. Wish there was more of that. So not sure if I've said enough, or if I haven't gone into too much detail. But generally speaking, yeah, I had a lot of fun with Odin, and it came at the expense of Leviathan. I think it was worth it. I'd do it again if with presented with the option. Okay, well, I'll see you guys in the next video.